Everyone today. Hope you're well.
We do hope you're well. It is Wednesday, live at 5, where you get myself, Ram, Coach Stephen as well. I'm just Ram, you're Coach Stephen. I'm Coach Ram today as well, the Kilted Coaches, and we actually are Kilted today, where we bring you popular weight loss questions. Typically, we give you a lesson at the start, and Coach Stephen goes and adjusts the camera. He's very anal that way. And then afterwards, we do a bit of a Q&A and answer all your questions in the comments below.
So today we're talking about the power of your peers. A lot of people think of peer pressure and they see it as a pressure thing, but the power of your peers is a philosophy that we talk to our members about. This is one of the lessons in our membership. It is really, really important to understand that it doesn't have to be peer pressure in terms of a negative thing. It can actually be a huge positive, and you just got to understand that as much as possible.
So who you surround yourself most, or who you spend with most, is who's going to shape your personality at that given point in your life. If you surround yourself with people that love to go out and get absolutely mangled and then spend the following week recovering and talking about the night of getting mangled, you'll find yourself following similar paths. If that becomes your norm over a period of time, your health will suffer. That's not going to be great for you if you have issues with that. There are some people that are perfectly happy going down that path, and more power to them. But for those that become unhappy or want to make changes and want to feel better, it's important to surround yourself with people that are going to support that vision, going to support that journey. And it's only going to happen if you surround yourself or spend time with the kind of people that have the similar kind of mindset, or at least are willing to support you on yours.
When you're moving forward in any sort of journey in life, you'll embody a certain type of energy, and that's probably the most vague way I can say it, because yes, it's your mindset, but it's also your emotions and your habits and your lifestyle and the people around you, and everything just builds up to this sort of almost like this path that you're living your life with, and everything will affect you. And if you think that your weight loss journey is about your exercise and your nutrition, then you're missing about 100 other things. Okay, yes, your exercise and nutrition are important, really are important. It's what we teach in our membership, right? It's what we teach on YouTube, it's what we teach on Facebook. But they are really, really important. But there's a bunch of other things in your life, and they all have an impact on your energy, on where you make decisions, on where you react to certain situations. The choices that you're making on a day-to-day basis will be affected by, yes, absolutely, your exercise and nutrition, but also, how well you slept, about what food you're choosing to eat, what TV programs you're watching, all these little things, but more so the energy of other people. Because everybody else, you can't say, oh, that person's mindset absolutely is important, but it's also, that person's activities and their habits and their mannerisms and the way they speak to you, and if they're making eye contact or not, and just you get a general sense of somebody's energy when you're in contact with them. And to really sum up what we're about to say is, when you're with certain people in your life, do they inspire you to take actions that are going to help you towards your goal or not?
It comes down as simple as that, right, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it summed up, but we're going to go into a few more details about friends and family and
So let's just take friends and family. Now, when we talk about the people you surround yourself with, and if they're into the same things, that's true to a certain extent, but there's a flip side to that which we're going to go into first. It's all about support, because if you embark on a particular journey, then your friends and family don't necessarily have to be into that journey, but they have to be into the fact that you're into that journey and support you regardless, to act interested, to listen, to ask questions. If you've got that family member who maybe doesn't keep fit, doesn't keep healthy, but loves talking to you about your journey, about the effort you're putting in, and genuinely acts interested and is genuinely happy for you, good for you. How's your training come along? How's your steps? Did you climb an extra hill today? What did you achieve? When they support you by giving you their time and attention, that is equally important. And if you surrounded yourself with more people like that, it lifts you up. And let's take the opposite of that. Imagine you have friends or family that don't support you, or are completely the opposite, where you're telling them about, or you're trying to tell them that, oh, I'm making some changes to my diet. what's the point? You'll fall off the wagon anyway. Oh, I've started going to the gym. Oh, you're a fitness freak now. And you know, these kind of things. Oh, well, there's no point. And oh, there's this and there's that. Or oh, you don't want to come and watch the football instead. Or whatever it is, and just bringing you down. So the person doesn't necessarily need to be completely into said subject. But if they can support you, that's going to be so valuable. And you want to start looking at the people in your life and just say, who supports me the most? And those are the ones you want to be around most frequently when working towards a health and fitness goal.
Yes. To be honest, any real sort of goal or any way that you're choosing to live, the people around you absolutely will be a benefit, or there'll be a hindrance to that particular goal. Now, if I use me and Rab as the example, you think we affectionately call ourselves the hippie and the geek, right? So when Rab starts talking about sci-fi or the books that you're reading or any kind of that kind of stuff, I am interested to a certain extent. I'm kind of like, okay, that's great, and I'll
Fucking liar.
but we will entertain we will entertain the thoughts from other people, right? So I'll entertain Rab going, oh, and I can generally understand the concepts that Rab's then talking about. And likewise, when I start talking about hippie stuff, about use the word spirituality, you kind of like you entertain me to a certain extent.
Like Stephen was late today because I understand he was off travelling in his astral body. So I was very patient when he was like 25 minutes late. But
you don't know, I was already here floating around, spying on you.
Some claw in my ear, now I get barking.
So just because your friends or family are not into the same things as you, maybe your friends and family are not trying to lose weight or improve their health and well-being, but as long as they can entertain the fact that you are, and actually they're supportive, and they're asking them again, or if you want to talk about it, like, oh, actually, I'm not having toast anymore for my breakfast, I'm going to choose something healthier. If somebody who's with you goes, just have a bit of toast, look how good it smells, get some melted butter on there, come on. Rather than if they're having toast, they say, good for you. What can I make you instead, or what are you going to have instead? Why is that? And asking like nice questions. Why is that? Why are you choosing to do that? Great, good for you. They don't have to be on it themselves. They just have to be supportive.
I tried to freeze there to make a little image stone. So how can your friends help you lose weight? Well, first and foremost, you look at them, and as we said, you find out which ones are supportive. And those are the ones you want to then spend more time with. People, you get the very straightforward help if you've got a workout buddy or an accountability buddy, somebody that you weigh in together with, or you talk to, or you share time with your goals. So having that friend that just inspires you, maybe not on the same goal, but they're just so inspirational anyways. You just kind of, you're like, wow, when they set their sights on any goal, they're so driven and passionate that you're like, I want to be like them. So spending time with that person, they might be rattling on about their goal, like, oh, they're now, going on some big expedition, or they're maybe growing their business or whatever it is. Spend time, talk to them, and start looking at things that they do traits-wise as well, because all the base traits are the same. Just people point them in different directions depending on what they're working towards. But it's all consistency, it's passion, it's drive, it's motivation, it's that determination never to give up even when you start to doubt yourself. All those traits are the same no matter whether you're working towards a business goal or your health and wellness goal. So surrounding yourself with those people that have similar traits, it will start to rub off on you. I knew before I said that. I was like, rub off on you.
Yeah. So what we're hopefully that you're already starting to think about the people that you spend most time with. It's your friends, your family, your colleagues, the people that you work with, the people you see on a day-to-day basis. Do you know what? Sometimes it can even be, like if you go for, a coffee every day, and you've got the same barista every single day, and they're negative as fuck, and you're kind of like, I love this coffee, but man, this sucks. Then you might want to think about a different coffee shop, because a small interaction with somebody going, what is it, the same thing again, and they're just being grumpy with you, it's worth considering, actually, is that having a negative impact on my mood for that day? Can that then lead to me going, I am feeling a bit samey, and you go to work and the same thing, everything can then just start to spiral. So consider the people that you have most impact with. Some people do spend more time with their barista than they do with their parents, for instance. So you've got to look at all the relationships that you've got and say, right, which ones, like, I mean, we're not saying don't just dump your friends or get divorced if your husband or wife is not supportive, but it's about managing those relationships and going, right, how open will I be with my health and well-being? Like, if I said the word spiritual and I don't say that word often, by the way.
He does.
If I said a word and Rab kind of rolled his eyes and went, for fuck's sake, I would just stop saying that word to you. You just stop doing it. Like, actually, Rab, I just want to hear that. That's fine. And likewise, if I kind of, oh, for fuck's sake, know your books again, but fucking hell, then you'd be like, you wouldn't say it again.
It's games too. It's not just books.
It's games too.
Games,
Yeah.
you know?
So you've kind of got to look at your relationships and go and manage them. Just go, okay, well, where do I want to open up to these certain things, and where do I want to maybe not protect yourself, but I guess it is protect yourself, and just look at your environment and go, right, okay, well, if I'm going to be completely open, then if I go into an environment where they're having pizza and beer and there's potato chips and there's chocolate, then you've kind of got to go in with that mindset of, right, I can't engage too much here because they're going to go, oh, you want pizza, do you want a glass of wine, do you want beer, whatever else. So you've kind of got to look at these situations that you find yourself in most commonly. I'm going to guess that most people are not just walking into a room and everyone's got beer and pizza all the time. But look at your relationship and say, right, how best can I start to manage the relationships I already have, but then also look to then further relationships that you can create.
There's a saying that I love, and it's make everywhere you are the place to be. All right, so that what you're doing in your life is awesome. Whatever you're doing right now, whatever your projects, whatever your goals, is awesome. Now, if there are people, as Steve was describing, that don't appreciate your awesome work goals or things you're working towards, don't share it with them. Just be like, oh, hi, how are you? Give them the old, how's the weather?
How's your father?
Everybody chats about the weather. You give them the weather chat. But the people that deserve it, the people that are actually going to be keen and interested and inspire, they're the ones that get the saucy stories. They're the ones that get to hear about your exciting plan that's going to be going well, and it's had its ups and its downs, and what you've learned from it, and you can have a conversation and they can be inspired. So choosing who you interact with your awesome story is down to you. Because I tell you what, if you tell your awesome story to someone that doesn't appreciate it, it brings you down too. So if they're not engaging with you, then don't engage. Just like, oh well, I'll save my story for someone that wants to hear it or cares to hear it.
So there's a phrase that really helps me with this. Now, like, obviously we're given this lesson today, but this is we factor these lessons in too with our life. There's a phrase that I love, and it's, who's your tribe? Who are your tribe? Now, your tribe is not just your tribe. Your tribe is like, you've got different tribes for different reasons. I've got my tribe for like spiritual stuff.
I knew he was going to say it. I fucking told you.
These will go along the same theme, right? My hippie stuff. I've got my little tribe with that. Okay, but when it comes to business or having a laugh and then just get together, have a couple of beers or whatever else, then Rab's my tribe. You know, it's like, okay, who's your tribe for these certain things? And if you've got to start to, like, if we were just drinking beer every single time we met, we're drinking beer, I'd be like, this is a bad relationship.
It would only be good for the period of time that you were enjoying and it was serving.
Yeah. If a relationship's only for beer, then as soon as I think, I don't fancy a beer, I'm not going to see Rab anymore. Yeah. Therefore, it's not really a friendship, it's an acquaintance that you meet down the pub for a beer.
It's a beer ship.
It's a beer ship, there you go. So you got to think, well, who's my tribe and for what reasons? Is it for your friends and to have a good time? Is it to go out and have a drink with? I mean, everyone's got friends like that as well. You're like, I'm going to meet that person because we're having drinks. Okay, now
or maybe you're going to have some spirits.
Maybe have some spirits. Spirits. So when you start looking at your health and well-being, your weight loss, ask yourself, who are my tribe? Who are the people that are going to have my back? If I turn up there and go, I'm having a bit of issues, I feel like I'm going to fall off the wagon, I'm struggling with this and this, are you going to your friends that you just so happen to go drinking with all the time and they go, oh, you sound a bit stressed, let's go for a pint or let's go for a glass of wine or come round and we'll have some pizza and we can talk about it? Or you say, I'm going to struggle, but actually this means a lot to me, I need to vocalize this, I need to speak with someone, I need to get support. Who are my tribe that are going to help me along with that journey, who are going to have my back, they're going to listen to my worries, they're going to maybe offer advice if they're qualified to do so, or they just sit and listen and go, yeah, I'm struggling with that too, what can we do about it, let's chat about it, let's express this so that we can get it all out and then you can feel better about it and to then move forward.
So basically what you want to do is you want to surround yourself with the people that genuinely have your back. Now, we're going to let you in with a little secret. Steve and I have been PTs for over 15 years, coaches, and the biggest and best part of our job is we win when our clients win. When a client, in fact, someone just recently who messaged literally today to tell me about, this is, oh, by the way, Rab, my PSA levels are lower since you advised me to start taking flaxseed. I get a win from that because like, I told him to do that and it worked. And we get a win. And that's why we do this, because we win when they win. Yeah. When you share your journey with your friends, you want the people that genuinely have your back, the ones that really want you to succeed. The reason for that is when you succeed and they've had your back every step of the way, you're happy for them and they're happy for you, and you all share in the success. Because you'll have had your ups, and when you had your downs, they'll have been there for you because they want you to succeed. There are people out there, and let's be fair, it stems from jealousy 9 times out of 10, that don't want you to succeed, because sometimes it reflects the fact that they're not taking action. And it's a sad thing. We've all had pangs of guilt. I mean, Steve and I always make the joke, years and years ago, when we were not really pushing our own PT businesses, and we used to see people on Facebook promoting their business all the time, we were kind of like, oh, I wish I had that energy to do that, you know. Yeah. And you get little pangs of jealousy, and then you stop yourself. You say,
sometimes you slag them off. Sometimes you go, you know, look at that, you know, Pamsy stuff, you know, his face, it's a bit cheesy, all that cheesy stuff, and they're promoting themselves.
You stop and say, good for them for having the energy, and then you say, that's only a reflection on me of how I'm feeling in that moment. Now that's us as coaches who are quite self-aware. There are lots of people out there that don't even understand themselves why they have this pangs of jealousy against you when you're trying to make changes. The point is you'll feel it, and the people that have got your back are the ones that deserve to celebrate and bask in your success. The other ones don't, because if they don't have your back, if they're not there from you when the chips are down, if they're kind of the, oh, I told you so, or I thought this would happen kind of person, or yeah, I told you were doing too much, or things like that, if they're any sort of person like that, they don't deserve your success. So again, think wisely about who you let inside your awesome bubble.
There is an infinite number of circumstances and stories that you can absorb in this world, okay, in this universe. You can literally direct your gaze at anything, and
I'm going to comment on that.
You can direct your gaze at absolutely anything in this world, and what we tend to do is we mimic what we look at, what we experience in this world, and that's also a reflection on the type of things that you're trying to look at. And like Rab said, if you get somebody who is it's very, very common when we've helped people, especially on a one-to-one basis, because you talk to them and then they'll report back and they'll say, yeah, loving the results, but my friend says I'm taking this too seriously, or I've lost too much. That's the thing. Yeah. Do not think you've lost too much now. Do you not think you're taking it a bit too seriously? Now, these are often people who have still got two stone to lose. You know, for those in the US, that's like 14, 28 pounds still to lose, and their friends are going, oh, do you not think you've lost too much? Now, like I said, there's a million and one things that you can direct your gaze, that you can experience. And if that's what somebody's picking up on, if your friend says to you, do you not think you've lost too much? They're being drawn to the fact that you're losing weight, and actually that's where their gaze is going. And if that's what they're picking up on, then it's a reflection of what their mentality is, their mindset, their energy is by being directed at, oh, I'm uncomfortable. Basically what they're saying is, I'm uncomfortable with you losing more weight. Okay, it's not about you, because if you've got more weight to lose, then it's clearly you're happier, you're healthier, you're leaner, you're more confident, you're more vibrant, and like, oh, do you not think you've lost too much? You're like, well, I was feeling like shit, now I'm feeling awesome, so no, I don't. But it shows you where your friend is, okay? Now, they might mean well by it, they don't mean to try and bring you down, it's how they're feeling in that moment. Makes me laugh. There was I did the live feed by myself on Wednesday last week.
It was, yeah.
It was Wednesday, and some guys said to me, do you not think you're taking this weight loss thing too far? And I was like what, with my coaching or with me personally? And he was directing at me personally, like, too lean. I'm kind of like, man, like my leanness is relatively lean. I do this throughout the year, and I've done my whole life. And I was like, instantly directly, like that's where your mindset is. Like all the things, all the live feeds that are on YouTube and Facebook and the media, the world over, you're choosing to then focus in on that thing, which shows me where your mindset is. So these are the type of people, if you've got people around you in your life, your friends, your family, your colleagues, who go, oh, I think we should just go and have a cake. I think we should go and have a takeaway. I think we should do this. I think you've lost too much weight. You need to be very aware of it and say that's where their energy is. You're making them feel uncomfortable because you're improving your life. But at the same time, you can then start to direct your friendships. Look at your friendships, and I won't get too hot as well. You can look at your friendships and go, actually, where can I bolster up my, I was going to say evangelists, is that the right word? My supporters. Where can I bolster up my supporters who are actually going to have my back and I can have their back? And that's when you start to create your tribe or your community.
So surround yourself with the people that want the best for you, and you'll know who they are deep down, and you'll especially know who they are because they're the type of people that will take a moment to actually pay you a proper compliment. Not just that, oh, you're looking well. Somebody that will actually take a moment and say, do you know, you're doing really well. Like, so proud of you. You're something that just genuinely, it's almost like they take you to one side to give you that special compliment. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's the kind of people you want. You want to surround yourself on similar journeys, similar goals, not necessarily similar energy, because you need to be on similar levels so that if they're exerting maybe higher energy than you, but you're able to benefit from that, then that sort of thing. What you don't want, though, is anyone that brings you down, anyone that makes you question yourself, anyone that makes you doubt yourself on your journey. You have the right to work towards and look any way that you want to be. Don't let any outside influence tell you the way that you should look. You'll decide that yourself, you'll work towards it yourself, you'll get to wherever you are, where you feel happy, look happy, and you're like, this is me, whatever size or shape that is, this is me. And when you get to that, that's your decision and that's mission accomplished. And until then, get your head down and surround yourself with people that want the best for you.
What's funny is you mentioned for different energy in terms of energy. Like if somebody's really high energy and they go, you know, absolutely take a compliment, you can feed off their energy, that's great. But you can actually gain a lot of traction, a lot of kind of direction, and a lot of, you can gain energy again when somebody's got lower energy. And they might look at you and be inspired by you, and they might be at an earlier stage than you in their weight loss journey or their health and well-being journey. And if you get somebody who's maybe a bit lower energy, go, actually, you really inspire me. Like the actions that you're taking, you know, it's really pushing me on. Suddenly, you know that you're inspiring other people, which absolutely every single one of you watching right now, you are now currently, even listening to this right now, there's already somebody inspired by some of your actions, okay? Whether that's for a positive or for a negative, you're just inspiring certain actions. When you get somebody who's maybe just a wee bit kind of, they feel a wee bit deflated, a little bit lower, maybe starting their journey a bit later than you, they say to you, you know, you really inspire me, you know, like the actions you're taking are really like amazing, and I'm pushing myself to do something similar. You can then gain, you can give them energy at the same time you get a lot of energy yourself, because like actually
you're feeding off their admiration.
Yeah, I'm actually doing it, and when you start to encompass that into your everyday life, then actually every decision I make has got the potential to inspire somebody else to take a similar action. So they say, well, what actions am I actually taking here? What am I saying to the people around me? If I'm really happy and taking these actions and going, this is my life and I fucking love it, and here's my journey and here's what I'm changing, then you will inspire other people.
Boom. So that's how your friends can help you lose weight. We're going to jump on to the commentos and see who has blessed us with their live presence.
We should probably quickly mention very, very quickly that this is why we put so much emphasis on the community of our tribe, our clan members. We call it affectionately known as the clan, but it's the Everlean program. This is why we love it. We give all the lessons, we give all the knowledge as much as we possibly can, but it's the community that makes it fucking awesome.
Now, previously we used to shout about set intakes. We used to say, oh, the doors are open now. We've now changed that. You can actually join at any time. So if you are wanting to work with us towards your health and wellness goals, either drop us a message or go to the website, thekiltedcoaches.com, or if you're on Instagram, drop us a message. Any way you get in contact, or drop us an email. Doesn't matter. If you're on our mailing list, we will respond to you in any channel you see fit, and we can discuss about how we can help you.
Yeah. If you're on Facebook, you can just drop us a Facebook message. If you want to go to our website and then contact Sharna, can be there for an actual Zoom call. You can speak face to face with our membership manager. We want everyone to feel welcome, feel comfortable taking this action, because we understand that sometimes a weight loss journey is not exactly comfortable in the early stages. We totally get it. We understand that. We've done this for long enough to know that through and through. So if you're slightly uncomfortable, if you're committed to taking action, but you're not too sure, you're a bit insecure or just unsure about what the next steps are, then just get in touch. Simple as that.
I'm laughing because I was listening to all the ways you can get in touch, and it's brilliant in Thor when he's talking to Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
He's like, you could have sent me an electronic letter, it's called an email. And Doctor Strange's like, do you have a computer? He's like, no, what for?
No, what for?
Have you ever watched the Thor shorts?
Yes, yeah.
And then he's with Daryl, the housekeeper, yeah.
It's amazing.
Michael Shields says, I agree, but then he also went on to say, I'm at work, no volume, but those blue sleeve biceps look great.
Blue sleeve biceps. Stephanie says, having been tested positive for COVID today, this is a welcome break. Stephanie, get well soon.
Rob, our man Rob, is cheers from New Jersey.
Hi Rob, nice to see you. Deb says, hi y'all, happy days. And Carrie, hi Rabin. Stephen.
Happy days. Seasons affiliate, my sister is my support on my weight loss and exercise journey.
Gary, Stephanie, this is so true. Mindset is everything. Absolutely. And Jeff says, too cold in Florida to swim this week. Have to resort to land-based exercise.
I was going to say land-based swimming. I was like, how's that work? Linda Logan says, hello Stephen and Rab. And Chaka Chaka says, good morning you sexy studs. Oh,
Chaka Chaka.
Chaka Chaka.
Kelly says, hi. Susan says, support is necessary. Thanks for reinforcing that. We can't do stuff in isolation. Support helps so much. Yeah, we are tribal by nature. So you've got to work within your own nature as a human being.
Linda says, to be honest, I would like to know a bit more about the spiritual meditation side. So Linda, if you're on Facebook, you can follow Mr. Stephen. Or we might...
I might be spiritual, but biceps are still important.
I've still not told him this. You didn't listen to that whole radio episode, did you?
No. I can't.
So basically, the other night, part of this radio show that went on, I was doing my 5 favourite songs and then I dedicated the song to Stephen. And on that show, they said, right, check your internet search history. And I had stupid things like the Hulk 96 cartoon, but one of the things I had was I searched Secret Body.
Right.
And on Wikipedia, apparently Secret Body is with me and Steve Clark, the Scotland coach. Now, it's actually fine until you go into the excerpt of it, and they've actually linked Steve Clark, the Scotland coach. And I clicked it and I was like,
no.
What the? I mean, it says in the description, Stephen Clark. They made me check
their Wikipedia.
Oh, Steve Clark. I mentioned it on the radio thing. And I reminded myself to tell you, and I've forgotten again because I didn't have the heart.
Motherfuckers.
So if you search Secret Body on Wikipedia, you see that it's the Scotland coach. Is he actually the Scotland coach? But see, it's right in the description. It's correct there, but they've tagged the wrong.
For fuck's sake. What happens when you click on you? What does it bring up?
Nothing. I don't really have anything.
Instagrams and shit like that. Yeah. So we need to set up some Wikipedia pages for ourselves.
Yeah.
I wonder who sets that up, because apparently you can create a Wikipedia page for anything.
Yeah. So there we are. So I've come clean now. I've cleansed myself of that knowledge. I know that kind of thing's going to bug you, but I...
Motherfuckers!
Good old Scuba Steve.
Yeah.
How did that come up to me? Because there's a Steve. What's that?
What are we talking about?
I don't know why that came to me.
I don't know.
Did you not say a Steve or no?
Yeah, no, we're talking about somebody's interested in the spirituality meditation side of things.
I said to go and follow you, and then you said...
Don't follow Steve Clark, because he's a Scotland football coach. There's also a Stephen Clark, spelled exactly the same way as my name, because Steve Clark is not spelled the same way. There's a Stephen Clark writer, he's an author. So of course now that I've got author on my profile on Instagram,
Are you still getting tagged with that?
I get tagged with it all the time. Stephen Clark, one of these pretty good books. There's one, A Year in the Merde. He does a bunch of French books.
There's a funny one because there's a UFC fighter called John Jones and he's like virtually unbeaten. And there's another guy who is maybe he's a college professor also called John Jones. And this UFC fighter keeps getting himself in trouble with the law quite badly. It's drugs, or he had an accident and bashed into a pregnant lady's car. Lots of nonsense. But it's got to the point now that people keep tagging the wrong John Jones. So that on Twitter, every now and again, the professor's like, what has he done now? Because he's been getting tagged. And he's trending again,
awesome.
and he's like, oh, I'm trending again, and it's not even him. But he's a good sport about it.
Jamie says hi, Sammy says hi guys, and Billy says, is this live now? There's a lot of pause stall on this. So Billy, yes, it is live, but that was 25 minutes ago.
Nata says, so true, thankfully I have a supportive husband, sometimes too much. He pushes me to do more even when I don't want to, so to shut him up, I just do it. I think you lost there, but that's fine. You win with your results, I guess.
Michelle Martinez says, hola amigos, feliz dia.
Good effort.
Anne's on, hello. Joe is on, hello. Michelle, come to Mexico.
Jordan says, hey guys, great advice. I'm currently trying to lose weight after a heavy Christmas, but I really want to bulk back up too. Any advice on how to quickly bulk cleanly? Basically looking to get your protein from good clean sources. Carbohydrate wise, again, good clean sources. And if you want to bulk up, if you haven't been doing resistance training recently, start some. If you have been doing, one of the best ways to bulk is to flip between either high reps or low reps with heavier weight, depending on what you've currently been doing. So if you're the kind of person that always lifts heavy weights for low reps, then a quick way to bulk is to completely flip it on its head, go lighter weight with reps of between 20 and 30. It'll be such a shock to the system, your muscles will get all pumped. With that being said, it also works the other way. If you've been doing high reps, go heavy and beast it.
There you go. But generally speaking, if you want to bulk, you kind of like basically what I'm saying. If you want a quick fix, look at what you've already been doing and do the opposite. So, but normal periodization. If you're looking for the long term, you kind of want to be periodizing that into your program anyway. Of going heavy, going lighter with more reps. Susan says, love to listen to your banter, laughter, and oh yes, content.
Oh yes.
Does content come third? What we're actually saying come third?
Linda says, thank you again for the advice and talking to us all. Have a great evening. You too, Linda.
Thanks, Linda. Jilly says, love the TV programme. Great work. Thank you.
Michael says, this is hilarious. Thank you, gentlemen, for all the great advice. Happy days from California. Happy days.
Billy says, Lord, I wish this worked. I really am in need of reconstructive help. All I get is your guys' handsome faces. This must not be live. My rotten luck again. No, Billy.
No, we're live.
It's live. It's 22 minutes ago though.
We're only just getting to the comments now. Annie says, so true. You also connect on a whole other level with your friends when you can share about your journey. Spot on. Yeah.
Can't wait for the forum to go live so we can get on this clan. Holly, the forum is a whisker away. It's actually on the website, you just can't find it just yet. In fact, the login button's there, but you don't have a login detail for it. But it is there. We just have to do a few tests first. So for all our clan members who are watching right now, the forum is a whisker away. We're just having to do a few final tests.
Now, just to be clear, a whisker is a fraction longer than a ball hair. Just. For anyone that's wanting official lengths, of course.
Depends if you trim or not.
Well, of course. He always has to throw in a spiritual.
That's like the opposite of spiritual. Yeah, shaver, no. Have you seen the clip of Jim Carrey? And he's on a talk show and he's got this big beard.
Right.
And so Jim Carrey's gone through a bit of a spiritual transformation in recent years. And whoever the talk show host is, they're talking about, you've changed recently, Jim, this, that, and other, and like you've grown a beard. And so Jim's like, yeah. Everyone is commenting on the beard. He says, the main question I ask myself is, why am I growing a beard but I still shave my balls?
Jordan says, that's great advice, guys. Cheers.
And Jenny saying, me too, about the
forum balls. Alright.
Forum. Jillian, love the idea of weather chat. Give it to someone who deserves it. So true. There you go. And Billy's back on. I can afford good trainers. Money is not the problem, but Lord, the support being so far away seems not like one-on-one privately. So Billy, yeah, we don't offer one-on-one for weight loss side of things, but basically we do live coaching like this 3 days a week with all our members.
We've actually got a private live coming in 25 minutes time with our members, which is like this in a more enclosed environment where our members can ask questions, and it's...
We give you one-on-one answers, but in the group setting. That's the only way we can fairly work for our members.
There's just not enough hours in the day, unfortunately.
Dieter Jans, hallo aus Hamburg. And Sharna's on, our membership manager, evening coaches.
Super Sharna.
Joe, I hate when people say you're too skinny now. Yeah. Joe, you've had amazing results. I can't remember exactly how much you've lost now. It was like a load of weight, Joe. You've done amazing within the membership. And too warm, guys. Feel free to take some clothes off. I just did. Or you're too muscly. Not that has ever happened to me, yeah, Sharna. So people say, oh, you're too muscly now. I'm sure you've had it as well. Something's like, oh, you've lost too much weight, you're too lean, or you're getting too bulky now. People like to put their opinions because of how their mindset is.
And it's sometimes as well, it's reflection where I used to get it with the older clients that say, like if I was ever trimming down, like, oh, don't trim too much, I liked you better when you're big and bulky. I'm like, why would I care if how you liked me? Yeah. It's how I like me. But it's funny how people do that. So they initially say, oh, don't get too skinny or don't get too big. And then you say, why? Oh, because I like you better that way.
Yeah. It was funny.
Why?
Person we know is Jane Cameron. Yeah. Who's lovely. Jane, she's not going to be watching this, but Jane's lovely, a lovely person. But whenever I got a wee bit bigger, in terms of putting a bit of muscle on, or got a wee bit, she would always give me her opinion. Or if I'd grown my beard out, oh, it's too scruffy, and then
what about when you shaved your balls?
And I shaved my balls, and she might be fucking watching. Jane's lovely.
Why did you know my name then? Well, it was meaning a Jane Doe. Like, it could be anyone, right?
But she'd always give me an opinion, like, oh, you're too skinny now. Oh, yeah, I like you. You're too big now, and she'd always give you an opinion. And she meant well by it, but it's just that's her viewpoint.
HE says, hey, great coaches, 2 quick questions. Do you recommend naps, sleeping in the middle of the day to recharge? And if yes, for how long? Thank you. I love a wee power nap. Generally for me, a power nap would be anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes. And that works for me. I always visualise it. If I'm a bit tired, if I've been up early and it's been a long day and if I just need to reboot, that's the way I visualise it. If you've got a computer and something's going wrong, Control-Alt-Delete and restart the system. I find a power nap does that for me. It just reboots the systems. I come back online and I'm like, what did I miss? And then it says system's been off for 15 minutes. I'm like, what happened in those 15 minutes, eh?
If you're anything like me and you can't nap during the day, like I just can't nap until the night time or just sleep until the night time. What you can do is actually just rest. You can get a lot of the benefits of a power nap, but still being awake. So you actually do it. So what I'm getting into now is a lot of breathwork practices, and actually you can do some really calming breathwork practices to put your body into the sympathetic nervous system, where actually you're just the parasympathetic nervous system, when your body's just then starting to relax. You're then going into what they call rest and digest mode. So your body's then resting, it can digest food, it can repair muscles, it can rewire brain slightly, and it just resets you. And actually just doing a simple 10-minute breathwork practice, you can get into the same benefits of sleep. If you can't sleep. Sleep obviously does it all automatically. So if you can sleep, sleep. Holly, I get you're not eating enough, you're eating too much, you need to ignore and follow your own beliefs and the beliefs of your tribe. Absolutely. Holly, obviously you're one of our members now. You'll know that we give lessons on nutrition, we give you training advice. What we say always is, here's some principles, go apply them. But the most important thing is your experience. Go and experience what it's like. We can pretty much guarantee when you follow our principles, you'll feel slightly better. But then all of our members have got slightly different diets because you've all got likes and dislikes and habits and different lifestyles and jobs and work commitments and family commitments. So you've all got slightly different diets, and it's not about, we don't dictate what you eat, we give you the principles that you can then dictate yourself. And it's all about that experience, like eating too much, not enough. Well, you're making your own decisions, you're an adult. You make your own decisions as adults do.
Joshua says, what if you have a dad bod? Joshua, you can be any shape you want as long as you're happy and healthy. If you've got the dad bod and you're happy and healthy, then own it. Just be like, I've got the dad bod. If you're not happy and there's a lot of areas you want to work on, then work on them. If you've got the dad bod and you're not feeling healthy, then get healthy. It's work on what you want to do. Don't let any outside influence affect how you look and feel. If you want to look better, work hard to look better. If you want to feel better, work hard to feel better. If you're happy with the way you look but want to feel better, then getting moving and eating better will help you feel better. So work towards what you want to achieve.
I want to say, so I was at judo last night, and I've got two of my friends at judo, great guys, and they're really fit. One's actually does a bit of it for a living. He's a strength coach.
Yeah, that he's really fit.
He's really fit. He's actually an engineer, but he's like super fit as well. Colin, he's great guy, and he's like super fit, really strong.
Really fit.
But he's got a dad bod. Like, he's got a bit of a belly, and he just doesn't care because he absolutely kicks my ass at judo. He's really fit. Listen, you're the one that heard it that way. We're talking about fitness. Rob's like, oh, he's really fit.
He's like fit man.
See what I was saying before about when somebody says, oh, you're getting a bit too lean. You get too lean. That's based on their viewpoint. So when Rab hears, oh, he's really fit, that's based on his viewpoint. His viewpoint.
But he's really fit.
Yeah,
so wrestle him.
Colin and Ian, they've both got like dad bods, but super strong, really fit, and actually, you know, it's not about how your body looks. The dad bod is a look. It doesn't tell you anything about your heart health, about your strength, about your fitness, about your brain function, about how many stairs you can climb. It doesn't tell you anything. It's just that's how you look, and that's starts to become a defining factor in people's journey. It's not about that. This is about how you perceive yourself. And if you want to have a wee bit of extra body fat on, as long as you're fit and healthy, because that's what we care about: health and happiness. That's all. And for some people, that means getting a little bit leaner, and we can absolutely help with that. But we can help with putting on a bit of weight. We can help with ultimately just your health and happiness. That's what matters.
Heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury, doesn't look like the heavyweight champion of the world, but boy, that boy can box. Do you think he gives the monkeys?
No, doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Amanda, hi, apologies for being late. Managed to speak to my son who's in hospital. Eating well is helping with my stress at the moment. Oh, Amanda, hope your son gets well soon, and don't have to apologise for being late. Not late for us.
Matthew says, greetings from LA. Thanks for the entertainment, encouragement and advice over the years. Looking forward to getting on and sticking to the plan. You're very welcome, Matthew.
I don't know. No, Travis, they're not, unfortunately. Lol. John, I don't know if you're saying about that we're not live, but we are. If you're ever wondering if we're live or not, there's like a little red thing on the video in the top left corner usually that says live.
No, I'm going to guess they've asked whether we're married, because Sharna's then said underneath, no, they're both married with families. Or maybe asked if we were single.
I didn't see any comments about that, so I don't know. I'm starting to pay closer attention, says Billy. Billy is asking for live. Holly asks how many chins do you want to lose? Was that Austin Powers? I've got more chins than a Chinese phone book. I
keep saying this. I'm going to go back and watch the Austin Powers movie, and I keep forgetting to do it. It's obviously not that important to me. Sarah says, evening coaches, I think you both look healthy and happy. Thank you very much, Sarah.
Mary says, love the clan. Mary, we love you too.
Sarah then says, well, I think Coach Rab looks healthier and happier. You're going to say that with a straight face to get it on that.
Tara says, thanks for the video today, guys. Always motivating, and Rab's a dick.
I know what you're thinking. Oh no, throws in the
Judith, learning how to recognise when people are giving you bad advice is a life skill. Sometimes it's best to just smile, nod, and then just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, everyone is a coach when it comes to fitness or health, because everybody's got a body. So because you do what you do, you're like, oh, I can give this advice to somebody else. But if you're not a coach, then shut the fuck up.
I should not teach.
You're not a coach, shut the fuck up.
Teacher, if you're not a coach.
And even if you are, you should not question what you're saying. That's the small print.
Well, asterisk next to
Can't believe you haven't told Coach Stephen before now, says Andrea.
Well, that's to do with
the Steve Clark thing.
I genuinely forgot. So I got it off my chest initially on that radio. Then I was like, right, I'm going to tell Stephen, and then I just forgot.
I'm going to have to do that so I can do something about it.
What can you do? Can you actually edit it? Or you're going to have to keep
it? It's our show, so I'm going to have to do something.
Take action. Action or acceptance, everybody. There's a life lesson here.
It really is.
Steve Clark here could easily just accept that. Or he could say, no, I'm Stephen Clark and that's my show and they've got my name wrong on it. How dare they? In fact, they didn't just get his name wrong. They tagged the other guy.
Yeah. Unexcusable.
Unexcusable.
I bet it was you.
I wish I was that funny.
Rather than Saturday night, having a wee glass of wine halfway. This would be fucking funny.
You know those 16 minutes I was telling you about when I shut off and go for my nap?
Yeah.
Maybe it was the other me.
Create a Wikipedia page. I'm going to take this and then tell him that I found it. Susan off to kickboxing and Anne is off to her mum's for tea. Happy days, so.
Sarah says, I find I'm losing weight easier because I'm in a happy place at the moment and my mindset has changed since joining the clan. That's lovely for you to say. So Sarah is one of our more recent members and she's getting stuck in about the lessons, engaging. If you want to make changes to health and wellness too, get in touch. There's lots of ways to get in touch. You email us, go to our website, drop us a Facebook message, Instagram, Twitter, doesn't matter, get in touch and we'll have a conversation and help you.
John is asking a very, very important question. It's a very spiritual question. You ready for it? Who has the biggest biceps? This answer depends on what you mean.
Lighting, really.
Yeah. So technically speaking, Rab has got bigger biceps. However, I can out-angle him sometimes, depending on the lighting, the angles, and because I'm slightly leaner, I can create a little bit more of a shadow sometimes, like underneath. And we've had a few comments saying, "Yeah, Stephen's biceps are bigger than Rab's." I'm like, I'm fucking not, like, but I appreciate the compliment.
I was going to make a seedy joke about measuring and whatever, but I won't.
But you just did.
But I just did.
You just did without doing it.
Yeah. And now Sheila must be drunk. Sheila says, love your sensible approaches to our attitude, attaining our goals. Oh, I suppose the goals are, yeah, I'll wind my neck in actually. I just saw the word sensible and thought, we're far from sensible today. However, what she's saying is, love your sensible approaches to attaining our goals and making our lives meaningful. So yes, it's health and happiness, Sheila.
Yeah, it really is. Bill Great, hi Bill, hi Stephen and Rab, happy days, finally got you live again.
Yes, happy days.
Stephanie saying, I would love to try my partner's chin-up bar, but where to start because I'm clearly going to take time and I'm bloody determined though. So Stephanie, we've actually got a video on YouTube called How to Do Your First Pull-Up, I think it's called, or something along those lines. We'll take you step by step about how you can then build up. It takes persistence, but you can just build up in time. As long as you're doing something on a regular basis, every day ideally, there's a bunch of steps that you can take that then strengthens you up for doing pull-ups.
Now we need to watch our timing because
we're going to have to go soon. So I'll fire through these comments on Facebook. Hi from San Diego. Thank you for also sharing some laughter with your workouts. Kimberly, you're welcome. Alex, hi fellas. Loyal follower from San Diego here. Question, I don't know why I said it like that. San Diego. So Will's vagina. If you had not gone into successful partnerships, what were each of you planning to do for a career? Well, we're both already personal training, helping people with weight loss. Probably still doing that.
I'm going to read this comment because when the way I first read it, I scratched my head like, what the fuck? So William said, my ex-wife has started running. It's so funny. She runs from her husband's house to mine, drinks coffee, then runs home. Her husband knows. It's great to see you on here, Bill. But there was a full stop, so I thought he was giving a high five to her new husband Bill until I realised that he's William, he's also Bill, and I was like, he's like, by the way, your wife jogs to mine. Good to see you on here, Bill.
That's a coffee.
I know, but then I realised there was a full stop and he was William. So, and just a shout out to designer Kathy. Not sure how this started an hour early. It didn't, Kathy. Our membership live starts in 11 minutes.
Yeah, we have to go. Once again, thank you guys for what you do and give out information and entertainment, and I do what I can when I can. But there are times I'm physically and mentally exhausted from my daily life. Well, Frank, there's always ways of gaining that energy back, so it takes time to get some rest and then start to think of what you can do. Hydration, getting some movement, gentle walking, some breathing. Deep breaths will give you a little bit more energy.
Chris says, I love you guys. Have to admit, I initially followed for your looks, but you guys know what you're doing. Do you have any clients in the States? So Chris, in our membership, the majority of our members are from your neck of the woods, assuming you're in the States.
Yeah, most of our members are American. Joe's just letting us know that it was £80 that Joe lost with us.
Wowzers.
£80, that's incredible. I'm going to fire through because we're going to have to go, guys. Guys, if you have said anything on Facebook, then we're not.
Ping us a message, actually. Drop us a message after the live, and if your question hasn't been answered.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. at the bottom now. So yeah, if I've not read out your comment on Facebook, I do apologise. Tune into the next one next Wednesday, and we'll try and get in a little bit earlier.
So for all our members watching, we'll be speaking to you very, very soon. We're going to jump off this live and then set up the private live, and we were going to be discussing... What was our lesson tonight again, Christ? We'll need to go and check our notes.
We've got all planned.
We've got all planned out and focus on this one.
Because this one's different.
And it's written on my phone, so... We'll see you soon, members.
Members, we'll see you soon. If you're not a member, you want to be, then you can go to our website right now. You can speak to Sharna, you can drop us a message, we can chat about it, or you can just sign straight up.
Yeah.
Speak soon.
Right, speak soon, everybody.
Bye bye.